Hey guys, this is Tauna. Today we have some huge bans and restricted changes being announced, some official changes. I will put the link down in the comments so that way you guys can check it out. These changes are now tied closer to the RC and RCQ seasons, which is nice. You know, they're not banning things like mid-season and stuff. The next one will be March 31st, and this is where they do bans, unbans, and restriction changes. Now, Command is not included in this. It's just the 60 card formats. I don't know when we're going to hear more about the Commander stuff because they've been working on that for a little bit, hopefully soon. We didn't really hear anything from Gavin Verhey so far today. He did say something about Pauper not getting any changes, but that was really it. Now, before we get into it, make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you share the video around, all that kind of stuff. We have instant speed news. This was announced, just a few hours ago, and we're going to cover it here and everything like that. We've got deck text, we've got pre-con coverage, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you can, just subscribe. 79% of people who are watching aren't subscribed. So make sure you subscribe. We also have a huge giveaway going on. 10,000 subscribers we hit. So we're giving away a whole bunch of stuff. So make sure you check that out as well. I'll put the link to that down in the comments too. So getting into it, Standard, there is no changes. They're happy with the state of Standard. There was nothing from Foundations or Duskmourn that has really broken the format yet. So I think that kind of makes sense. I don't think there's anything in those sets that I would have thought was going to break it. Bloodthirsty Conqueror would be the closest, but even that's really expensive to kind of get that combo off. So it does not surprise me that there's not really any big changes there. We got Pioneer. They have banned Gigantha, the Wellspring. So they were banned because they were hurting the format's diversity by reducing the pool of viable cards, because basically people wanted to be able to play them, and it was a good card to be able to have as essentially, a 61st card. So as soon as they are like, hey, we want to play this, then we need to cut away some of the cards that are going to not allow you to be able to play them, which was a bit annoying. Ended up kind of homogenizing the cards that the decks were playing, and it's hard to justify some cards that you might like as one of your favorite cards or something if it means that you're going to be giving up having this additional companion. We've got Modern, and oh boy, this is where the big changes start. So first up, we've got the One Ring getting banned. So there's little opportunity cost to it. It's just, colorless, card draw, card advantage, self-preservation, and as part of just most decks, including the fringe ones, it's got up to a huge, I think it was 60% of decks were running it and stuff, and people were playing 4 copies of it, just because once you played a new copy of it, you just got rid of the old one, and therefore the bird encounters, which was the big kind of, negative to it, just got reset. We got Amped Raptor getting banned as well. It's one of the strongest part of that Boros energy deck that is really taking over Modern. And that's got a big win percentage and a big play percentage. So this Amped Raptor was one of the big things that kind of enabled it to have their big explosive strats at the start, and explosive kind of starting turns. So banning that off, hopefully, that deck starts going down a little bit in regards to play and win rate. Gigantha also got banned for mostly the same reasons as Pioneer, just because, decks wanted to run it, so they just cut things away that stopped them being able to run it, and therefore it kind of, made all those decks feel kind of samey, and most people were kind of moving towards it. We also got a bunch of unbans, so going through them one at a time. Mox Opal first up. Artifact decks were one of the pillars of Modern for quite a while, but they've dropped off a lot. Now, they're bringing Mox Opal back to hopefully kind of revitalize those artifact decks. And now, some of the artifact-based strats that were based around, getting stuff into the graveyard and then bring it back and everything. There's a lot more kind of graveyard hate going around nowadays. So now they can kind of stop some of that stuff going on so much with the, Mox Opal and doing stuff with that. We've got Green Sun Zenith was banned because in 2011 it was just too strong. However, green creature-based decks aren't in the meta anymore, so unbanned, hoping to kind of increase that diversity. Now, I'm going to quickly bring something up here because it was, so they did this unban, and then already we've got someone has gone 5-0 here with Green Sun Zenith in Modern. That's pretty crazy. Getting that kind of huge start off as soon as it got unbanned. We've got the Faithless Looting getting unbanned as well. Kind of it's seeing how it goes in today's meta now that there's more graveyard hate kind of going around. It got banned because there was what was it? The one Golgari legendary that you could delve and convoke to get out and stuff. So it kind of enabled that too much. So then it got banned partially because of that. So now they want to see how it can go today with, more graveyard hate around. We've also got 8 years since the Splinter Twin combo was banned, and Splinter Twin, having this huge combo potential. But they think that there's enough answers around, including now, a whole bunch of 0 mana counter spells and interaction and stuff to potentially keep this in check. This is really nice. Like, they're actually trying to revitalize and kind of modernize modern, as dumb as that sounds, like, bring out more stuff, see how it goes, and then kind of, play it from there. We've got Legacy. They've banned Psychic Frog and Vexing Bauble. So Psychic Frog was banned because, the Dimir Reanimator deck just being huge. And the Grief ban last time didn't hit it hard enough. So they're taking another key card away from it to hopefully bring it back into line. The Vexing Bauble's getting rid of because of the fact that it just counters one of those huge pillars of Legacy, which is like free counter magic. So, people being able to play their, counter spells for free and everything. So this was able to fit into just a huge amount of decks, and then because of the fact that you could just sack it whenever you wanted to, you could sack it right before you were able to use your free counters and stuff, or free whatever. So they're banning it to hopefully kind of, stop it ruining that kind of big part of Legacy and part of the flavor of Legacy. We got Vintage with no changes, but they are keeping an eye on the Lurus decks, which are taking over. Alchemy, there's no changes there either, except they are watching the Orzhov Bat deck, especially with this golden sidekick. So if you don't know what Alchemy is, it's essentially a digital-only game mode that's tied to Arena, and they have, new cards and stuff in it. So this golden sidekick from Duskmourn, where it just perpetually gives a card in your hand +X, where X is the life gain. So you could just buff cards in your hand so much that they want to just keep an eye on it for a bit. Explorer, they're matching the Pioneer ban, so they're banning Gigantha. We've got Historic, no changes, everything just within normal win rates and normal play rates, so that's fine. And Timeless, very similar, like no changes because there's nothing that's kind of out of the ordinary or kind of drawing their attention immediately. Brawl, after the recent adjustments, it's more balanced and okay, which is good. The new Nadu is going well. So if you don't know, Nadu on digital, the Alchemy version of Nadu, is very similar to the printed Modern Horizons 3 Nadu, except instead of him giving that ability to each creature, he just has it himself. So, it's just a lot more balanced. It's probably what it should have been to start off with, or, something like that. It's just a lot better. But yeah, he seems to be going well. They're monitoring the new Jumpstart commanders. Obviously, a whole bunch of people are playing all those new Jumpstart commanders because if you don't know what Brawl is, it's 1v1 commander with 60 cards, I believe. They're kind of just keeping an eye on it to see how they end up adjusting themselves and, like their play rates and everything once people kind of get over the new shiny and everything like that. So let me know what your thoughts are. I think this modern stuff is really interesting and I'm really happy for it. I will be very interested to see the effect of it on the One Ring price. I know that Splinter Twin already has jumped up. So let's bring up some stuff here on TCG Player. Because, we've got the One Ring here, for example. It is going to start going down a lot, I think. The market price was 65. We've already got some selling for 47 there, kind of going down. It wouldn't surprise me if this drops down a lot as people kind of sell off their cards. And then the other one that I saw earlier on today was Splinter Twin was jumping like hell. So if you guys have a copy of Splinter Twin, definitely potentially worth kind of looking at selling it off here because look at that. That's jumped up to $13, and that is before today. Like earlier this last week, it was selling for $5, and now it's $20 if cheap. Oh man, definitely kind of worth selling a Splinter Twin if you've got one. I'm regretting not picking one up for my deck for what's his face, the master multiplied, because I really wanted that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll check my local game store and see if they've got one. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys had a wonderful day, and goodbye.